Welcome back to the Trainwell podcast, where we inspire you to move more, to get stronger, and have fun. It's just D and I on the mics today, and today, with summer right around the corner, we are talking about these get fit quick programs. The 6 weeks to shredded abs, the 10 push-ups to 100 push-ups a day challenges. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about the goods. We're going to talk about the bads. We're going to talk about the whys. We're going to talk about the why nots. So Darian, give us a little background on what else we will chat about today.
Yeah, this is the time of year, right? When you're going to start seeing, we're in mid-spring, heading into summer. Everyone's going to start seeing these programs coming out of the woodwork to help you get into summer-ready shape. Newsflash, you're already ready. Anyone can have fun during summer, no matter what. So in addition to breaking down why you may decide you do want to do one of these programs, or you may decide you don't want to do one of these programs, at the end, we're going to talk to you about some practical steps and maybe a better approach if you're deciding that one of these programs isn't for you.
Let's go over some examples. Give us some examples of these very common programs or quick fixes, promises.
Yeah, you're going to see these in the form of, like, maybe it's a very regimented diet along with a very regimented fitness program. It might be like a bodybuilder style program where you're eating a very low amount of calories, like a 1,200 calorie diet, something along those lines. We've seen celebrities forever doing these crazy programs where they're doing, like, tons and tons of cardio, and then they're only drinking apple cider vinegar and honey or something crazy like that. But there's been programs over the years, if it's super intense, if it's like something extreme where it's like, I don't know, would you say like 75 hard is this?
Oh yeah, totally. 75 hard, for those who don't know, it's a very it has been sweeping the nation for a while, and because of it, there's 75 soft and other derivatives of it, and I can't remember exactly the rules. I know it's 10 pages a day for 75 hard. I think it's a gallon of water a day. It's something active.
It's like two active things a day.
Yeah, it's like a walk and I don't know. But regardless, I want to pin here because you mentioned celebrities. Have you ever seen Dallas Buyers Club?
No.
With Matthew McConaughey? He's one of my favorite actors. Shout out if anyone loves him. Make sure you listen to his book Green Lights. I've listened to it 3 times. It's amazing. It's by him too. But even if you hate Matthew McConaughey, you have to respect he dieted on just lettuce and cardio to get in shape, or to lose weight. I shouldn't say in shape, for Dallas Buyers Club. He weighed like 95 or 100 pounds for that movie. So check it out. There's a time and place for everything, as we will talk about. But yes, back to your question, I believe 75 hard is one of these for sure.
Yeah, or like Insanity. Wasn't that a program?
Oh, my wife loves Insanity. Shaun T?
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
Would you say that is like a get fit? Because here's one of the ways I think you can recognize it is if it has a very specific end date. If it's like you do this 6 days a week for 6 weeks, for 8 weeks, and then there's nothing else after that.
I would say no.
You don't think
I don't know. I like Shaun T. I love Shaun T. And
you would say his program's not one of these get fit quick.
No.
But would you say that a way to tell is typically if it has like an end date, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, that's how you know it might not be a sustainable program?
Yeah, well, I would say the bigger tell would be something drastic about either a weight loss goal or a physique promise.
Mm-hmm.
That is the much more telling thing. And I said in the intro, 6 weeks to shredded abs, like that is a gimme. And if it's marketed to everybody, then that's a red flag for sure.
Yes.
And if it has a targeted audience, then then it's a little more believable and whatnot. But you just got to be buyer beware of all of these, because 9 times out of 10, it's a marketing scam to make you fall prey to this quote unquote promise in whatever they're trying to sell.
Yeah,
The
we
Yeah,
talked about this a lot in our body image
yeah,
podcast. So you can go back and listen to that because we talk about how predatory before and afters, and that's another one. If there's a program and there's tons of before and afters, run in the other direction. They are just trying to get to prey on your most, your pain and your insecurities to get you to sign up for this thing, and then they're going to blame you because there's going to be so many rules, right, that you have to follow. And if you follow every single rule exactly, they're promising you're going to look this certain way at the end, or you're going to lose this much weight at the end. And if you don't, they're going to go, well, did you follow it to a T? And of course you didn't, because you can't, because it's impossible. And then they're going to say, well, it's your fault.
all right, well, let's get into this.
Okay, so you can tell we're maybe on side of don't do it, but as we always say, let's say it together again, Joey. It
It
depends.
depends. There's pros and cons and pros to everything in life.
There
So
are.
D, why don't you kick us off with a pro?
Yeah, okay, so here is one of the pros of doing these get fit. That's hard to say, get fit quick programs, is that it can be very motivating. It gives people a clearly defined goal and a structure. And I think sometimes when there is an end date to something, you can get really motivated and get hype for, okay, I can do this for X number of weeks, and that feels really exciting. It's a way to kind of get people started. Like, it can be a way to get you in the door of exercise.
Yeah, like a Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, it could be a Kickstarter. Could be.
All right, I'm going to jump into the con here. As we mentioned in our numerous episodes before, the biggest con, perhaps, is that it is just very unsustainable. It's offering a drastic something of change, right? And often, the more drastic the promotion of change, the less sustainable it is. Here's what you're never going to see in a marketing ad on Facebook or Instagram is 10 years to change your life, or a painfully slow process of changing a habit, right? That's honestly what it is, or what's going to be, right? I always tell clients it's not a 6 month fix, it's not a year fix, it is a lifetime fix. So the promise of these gosh,
It's tough.
get fit quick routines is it does lead to burnout. Sometimes it can lead to even fatigue and overuse injury, depending on the program you're doing. Like during COVID, I know a big challenge was like 100 push-ups a day, right? Like your elbows are not going to like that. Your shoulders are not going to like that. Your neck's not going to like it. Your low back's not going to like it, right? So unsustainable as a biggest con. I'm going to jump into Darian and I can go back and forth here, but I'm going to go into a pro here. And that is, you can see temporary visible results. And this kind of leads back into, yes, you can see rapid changes in weight loss. And this is usually from water weight, which can be very motivating, right? And it can help build a little confidence booster, because maybe you've never been active in your life and you do this, after a week and you're like, wow, I'm seeing like 3 pounds lost or 10 pounds, or I can do 10 squats or whatever the case may be. It will help kickstart a confidence boost for you for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. And then this is the con to that, is that typically whenever there is a fast change that is the effect of something that's fairly extreme, like one of these programs, you're going to see this pendulum effect where you've been very restrictive, you've been working out way, way, way too much, and then that program comes to an end. So let's imagine the pendulum and it's all the way over to the left, maybe. And then you stop that, and biologically, what your body does is go, oh my gosh, I need to refuel. I need to take a break. I need to recover. But because you were doing something super extreme, now you're going to swing all the way to the other side. So imagine the pendulum thing on the right of you feel out of control with food, you're eating every carbohydrate you see, you're feeling bad about yourself, and then you're not able to get to the gym, and often you end up gaining more weight than you did where you started. And the fact of the matter is 95 to 99% of diets don't work. They are a predictor of weight gain, not weight loss, because the weight loss is only so very temporary. So with that kind of like pendulum effect, and then again you gain the weight, you feel really bad, and then you go, oh, I need to do that program again, get super extreme again. Now the pendulum's on the other side. But here's the problem, is the more you go back and forth and back and forth, the more damage you do to your metabolism. And now doing that extreme thing that quote unquote worked, because right, it didn't really work, it worked temporarily, it's not going to work the same the next time you do it, because your metabolism has been damaged. It is quite harmful. So something to be aware of. And now I'll give us a pro. So a pro to this is that it is a structured plan. So it kind of takes the thinking out of it. I know one of the barriers for a lot of people is they don't know what to do. They don't know where to start. They don't know how often to do it. There's so many things, and there's so much information out there on the internet. It's so overwhelming. So when you sign up for one of these quick fit plans, it can be nice just to be like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to do. No need to search further. I'm just going to do this plan in front of me. Want to give us a con?
Yes. Next con. And this is all dependent, right? It depends. But these programs are pretty extreme, and they're often backed by, someone super jacked or a gal that's super lean, right? Or maybe even a celebrity. But it can really introduce a pretty big emotional and mental toll on the person doing it. So that's a con, is the mental and emotional wear and tear it has. And it can promote this all or nothing effect where it is all in, and if you slip once, it can lead to a lot of shame or guilt, like it is a bomb going off, right? And for some people that could be very damaging. For others, it may be motivating, right? I should be talking about all the cons here, but it could be motivating for some. And it can lead to these excessive disorders with either diet or exercising, right? That could be very harmful to people. And just based on the person, like that may be the last thing that person needs at that point in time. I'm going to jump to the last
Can I
pro.
say
Oh yeah,
can
go
I
ahead.
say one quick thing about that? Because I do think it is pretty serious, is that one of the predictors of a eating disorder or disordered eating, or I should say one of the triggers, can actually be going on a diet for the first time. When you go on a diet, that actually can trigger a pattern of disordered eating and potentially eating disorders. So you really, you may be thinking, oh, I'm fine, it's no big deal. But your body's biological mechanism is to create a preoccupation with food when you are restricting food. So for anyone out there, if you are thinking to yourself, and this is a topic I care a lot about, we won't stay here too long, but if you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, I think about food all the time. I have a food addiction problem. I have, I have no control over food. Look inward. Are you restricting in any way, mentally or physically? Because that can create that preoccupation with food biologically, because your body's wanting more food. So don't take that lightly, that mental and emotional toll that it may place upon you, because you also have to say no to a lot of friends and events and eating out when you're on a very strict exercise and food program.
Totally, D. Good call on the eating piece, and it can lead to weird, excessive exercising stuff too. I remember that continuum I talked about of like the like Navy SEAL guy, and then the guy who like doesn't care at all. Like I want clients in the middle, but leaning toward that slightly obsessive, leaning toward, not like all the way over there. Although some people are genetically hardwired to be like that, right? But back to the pro here. It can lead to an introduction into fitness for the first time for a beginner or someone completely new, right? It can open the door to that clean eating, maybe for the first time in the life. It can open the door to someone actually learning how to do a push-up or do a deadlift efficiently or whatever the case may be. So that's the pro we have on here is, yes, it's a great segue. It's a great introduction. It's a great runaway, whatever you want to call it, to a beginner who is brand new.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's exciting when someone can get into fitness for the first time and discover maybe that there's an aspect of it or all of it that they really love. And I would say the flip side of that, the con to that, is that while it can open the door, these oh my God, I can't say it either.
I
Get
know we're like allergic to the mics. So
get fit quick programs, they don't really address a kind of a more overall health focus. They're not really addressing like the true benefits of fitness, which is like increased strength, increased mobility, increased energy levels, longevity. They're really focused way more on surface level aesthetics, which again, that does draw people in. But the real reason for fitness is to truly improve your health and well-being long term, and what you get from that true confidence, capability, just feeling good in your body, you're not going to ever get that. You will maybe only temporarily get that from one of these quick programs.
So, D, we talked about the pros, we talked about the cons. Tell us what a better approach is. I do have a quote I'd like to throw in here, if that's okay.
Throw it in.
Little and often over the long haul, right?
Yeah, it's one of our favorite fables, slow and steady wins the race. It's really true, especially with fitness. It's not the sexy thing, right? To talk about sustainability. No one's like psyched about like, oh, like you said at the beginning, oh yay, I get to move so slow and barely see any progress as I go. But if we can just slow down, really focus and emphasize on consistency over intensity, you're going to feel better physically and mentally along the way. Will you get results as fast? Probably not. But will those results stick around? Yes. And I think that is probably really what people want. It may not be this summer, right? But by next summer, if you've been able to build these habits, you're going to be, looking, feeling better, more confident than ever.
Totally. It's balance. It's balance. It's balance. It's balance. It's balance. It is learning how, and this is why it's such a lifetime, is it takes a lifelong endeavor to learn how you adapt and what was too far to the left, what was too far to the right. And that's the beauty of it, right? It's always the journey that sparks me up, that sparks clients up, but it's not a big sell, right? Like I just said it before, you will never see 10 years to lasting results, right? You'll never see that. So, Darren, you hit it on before. We want to fill these buckets, right? Mobility, strength. We want to worry about energy. We want to worry about confidence. We want to worry about sleep. All of that is for the long haul. And nothing in physiology and biology is quick. Nothing, I'll say it again, nothing in biology, physiology is quick. You can look at various scientists who say that. So please do not fall prey to these marketing scams, hacks, gimmicks, whatever you want to focus on that balance piece.
Yeah, we've said it before, but if it's, and everyone knows this phrase, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. Trust that instinct. If it seems too good, it's probably too good.
Oh, one last thing. I would like to talk about something. Challenges. Okay, fitness challenges.
Oh, that's a
Please
good point.
don't mistake a challenge for these other programs, these get fit quick programs, because challenges are fun. They are good to do once in a while. We had a pull-up challenge not too long ago, right, D? You can share the
Yeah.
results of that. But
Yeah, we won, my team.
these challenges are fun. They are fun. And they're like I said, there's always modifications you could do. All you have to do is partner with one of our trainwell trainers, introduce that challenge, and we will find a way for you to modify that for your body, for your goals, for your time frame, whatever that case may be. So challenges are good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And they are just really fun. So here's the thing. This is a perfect segue into what's coming up at the Trainwell podcast. We are going to dive in to a 4-part series on longevity, which is essentially the opposite of these get fit quick programs that we're talking about. So stay with us. Keep listening. The next 4 episodes you're going to listen to after this one are all about longevity and overall well-being for the long term.
We want you guys to always be with us over the long term, because that's where the game is won. That's when you see the results, and that's when you change your life. And again, we're here to make you move more, to get stronger and have fun, for your lifetime, baby.
Forever. All right, so check our show notes for the link to sign up for Trainwell. 14 days free. You're going to get matched with your very own personal trainer who is for sure going to set you up with a sustainable program. Have no doubt about that.
We hope you guys have a beautiful start to your summer. Get those shirts off. Sun's out, guns out. Let's go.